Okay, so in this video, I'm sharing with you a little self-development exercise that I do consistently in order to keep every aspect of my life that I hold dear to myself nurtured and gradually progressing into the results that I want. This is a very easy exercise, only takes about 5 minutes of your time per week, but it makes a huge difference on your concentration levels, right? Your focus. If you're able to do this and make a habit of doing this as consistently as you can, it can really serve you to stay on course with taking care and nurturing the aspects that you hold dear to you. So I'll show you the example and explain it a little bit. So see how I have almost like a spider web of different aspects of me that I have, drawn out and almost like drew a line, right? Like a spiderweb line on how deeply invested or, lightly invested I've been in a different aspect of me this week. And so I'll go through each aspect first so that you can kind of have an example of it. So let's start with the pro wrestling path. So the work that I've been doing in pro wrestling has been quite high. It's been taking up a lot of my attention during the day. And so I ticked that off for this week or marked it off this week as something that's really high. But then let's say strength training and health, I haven't really been able to pay as much attention to this week. So I've put low to moderate. Yeah. So I put the line nice and low. Marriage, moderate to high. It's been the holiday season. So I've been able to spend a little bit more time there. Fatherhood has been moderate, which has been really good, but that tends to be usually always moderate. So I'm pretty happy with that. Self development studies and future goals. So this has been really high because usually I keep myself fueled and motivated so that I can fulfill whatever I have to do with my daily work, with what I'm paying most of my attention to. So these two kind of match up. And then splurges and vices. Okay, so this is where I kind of, these are just like my ways or my aspects, sorry, of doing things either as a hobby or doing things that I just enjoy because it's something that I find difficult um, to let go of, but rather, and so finding it difficult to let go of, I'd rather just utilize it as best as I can by either watching movies that inspire me to do more of this and this. Uh, Obviously, like wrestling, watching wrestling serves that, and eating off diet. So even with that, making a habit to control my off diet meals. That's kind of the thing. So it's a splurge and a vice that you enjoy, but then over time you learn how to control. And those three things are definitely the main ones for me. But let's talk about you now. So seeing that I've got this web of aspects of me that I hold quite dear to me and that I consistently nurture, this is really what takes up most of my day. What are the aspects that you need to draw up? Right. So now that's what I want you to do. I want you to draw up a cloud, write you in the middle of it. And then I want you to kind of do the same thing, create each aspect, each web, and gauge it from low to moderate to high in each aspect. And by doing this and looking at it and just reflecting on it for a couple minutes, you will be able to determine what you need to pay attention to next week, right? So pro wrestling is nice and high right now. So, and I'll probably keep it that way. But maybe next week I need to spend a little bit of time, maybe get up earlier, or time block so that I make sure that I get my strength training done, so we can go from low to moderate to high. Marriage, maybe I've been spending a bit too much time in my marriage, so I'll go from high to moderate. Bring it down a little bit. Moderate, usually keep that one moderate. Just personally, sometimes it's high, depending if we've got a birthday, which I think we do have a birthday actually. So I might have to make that high next week. See what I mean? But you can start identifying very easily and kind of predetermining and visualizing what the week ahead is going to really look like. Outside of the factors that may present themselves as well. But again, just reset, go back to this drawing board, and keep paying attention to these things, the things that you hold dear, so that they all continuously progress, right, over time. And emphasis on habits. Develop this into a habit so that it can lead you over time just through the consistency of it. And whatever you're contributing to it consistently can lead you over time to the success that you're envisioning for each aspect.